Good afternoon. Suzy Vance with Creating from the Heart, the Artistry of Living. And today I'm with Paige Brunker, who is a service manager with Franklin Pest Control. So Paige, what do you do as a pest control person, as a manager?
So as a manager, I make sure that all of my technicians have quality work for all the customers. Make sure that all the customers are happy.
I'm one of those.
Yes, and I hope you're happy with our service.
I am.
Awesome. And then I also make sure inventory control, make sure, our products, we're not using too much, we're using the right amount. All of my techs, I want to keep them as a team. So my biggest thing is focusing on teamwork.
Yes.
And pretty much being a leader for everybody.
What a concept. In this day and age, it's really important. So tell me, when you were a kid, did you like bugs?
Absolutely not. I would scream at the sight of a little spider.
Really?
Oh yeah. And then even an ant would freak me out, and ants were harmless.
Yes.
But which is why I never see myself doing this. But now I pick up a spider just fine. Honestly, I want a pet tarantula.
Oh my goodness. So whatever got you into this?
Well, what originally happened is I had worked for another company, manufacturing, and then I got laid off.
What kind of manufacturing?
We made airplane engine parts. So I was I would kind of make it look good, take off the imperfections, make sure measurements are right, use gauges, and look at maps of the part. It would be a 3D map, and then there would also be pieces of the part broken up. I had to make sure I knew which piece was a strut or the outside ring. I had to make sure that it was right, especially with the measurements, because one mess up and it's junk, and those are really expensive parts.
Yes, they are. My husband used to fly helicopters in Vietnam, and when one went down, it was $1 million in the toilet.
Oh my goodness.
It was amazing. So when you were there, I think I remember you telling me that you were making lots of money.
Yes, I was.
You were being very successful.
Yes, and I was hoping,
heading up the road.
Absolutely, and I was moving up fast, and I wasn't even there for a full year yet. But a week before my year mark, when I was, I was going to start my new position. I was going to go back to my shift and officially start my new position, which also included a raise. We got laid off.
Was that during COVID?
Yes, because of COVID.
My God. Oh,
nobody
goodness.
Flying, everybody stay at home, so
no need for any of that.
Yes, so the market went down for it.
Okay, so what did you do?
Well, I cried. I was absolutely upset.
That's good.
So
that's very honest of you.
Thank you.
To cry. I mean, really, to let it all out, and because then you can maybe move past it.
Absolutely. And then I'm like, okay, it's not the end of the world. There's other places I can go. It's time to make a change. So
it's the universe telling you this isn't for you.
Yep, absolutely. I believe that. Absolutely. So I ended up just going on Indeed, and I saw all these different jobs. I'm like, okay, I can do this, I can do that. And then
this is a website for people looking for positions in Indiana?
Yes, you can actually look all over, the U.S. It's called Indeed.com, and it's just kind of like ZipRecruiter.
Yeah.
It's just one of those websites jobs can post.
So you were looking?
Yes, I was looking, and so I came across Franklin, and I'm like, pest control. I applied.
Even though you didn't really like pests.
Yes. So it was, I'm like, maybe, we'll see. So then officially, I got a call about a month later. I was laid off for only a month. And Franklin called me. I did my interview. They made me feel so comfortable. They were kind. It felt amazing.
Was it different than your last job?
Yeah, absolutely.
How was it different?
Okay, so my last job, we would have to sit in a booth, and we had eyes on us like hawks. So it was kind of...
Because they were worried about the perfection, probably.
Not just that, they're like, you have to work. You can't...
No.
If they see you, you have to be doing something. They were very strict on work. You know?
Oof, exhausting.
Yeah, especially the breaks. We would only get 2 15-minute breaks, but sometimes it would take about 5 minutes to get to the break area. And then, so we technically only have a 10-minute break. So it was kind of like, it sucked a little bit.
So back at Franklin, you're having a better time.
Yes. I have... Oh, go ahead.
What's
Sorry.
different?
I have freedom.
Talk to me about that.
The freedom is I don't have anybody looking over my shoulder. I can go from house to house. Each job is different. You know, it's not so much repetitive. You don't know what you're going into, different pests, you know, customers having different problems, being able to help everybody. Being able to help everybody is like one of the biggest things I love.
Because you like the response,
yes,
I bet.
Yes.
Because when, for example, I called you, I think, for the depot, and you came and worked at the depot and got rid of all of our wasps. Or maybe you didn't, but somebody from your company did.
Over at the train station?
Yeah.
Yes, that was me.
That was you, right. And we had a terrible time because we had wasps inside. Our employee had been stung by the wasps, and we had no idea they were there. That's because we aren't trained.
Yeah, and they were all paper wasp nests, so you know their nests are kind of like open. So, but they can expand. Like they could take up a huge area if you just give it time. Like I've seen nests on people's like peaks.
Yeah.
You know, some places where people can't reach, like this big. And you could just see all the larvae, the cones, and they were like...
So how do you get rid of those?
Well, for something like that, if you can't reach it, we have, you know, our product, we can go up to 30 feet. So we, up there, it's a nice safe distance. We don't have to worry about... I still wear my protective equipment, you know, because you know something's going to fly around you and sting you.
Right.
So, but we can safely reach the nest and get rid of them.
Wow.
From ground level, pretty much.
That's great.
So
you're familiar with wasps.
Yep.
You're familiar with spiders. You're definitely familiar with ants.
Yep.
You're familiar with mice, I'm guessing.
Yep, absolutely.
You're familiar with snakes.
Yep.
All those things that everybody's afraid of.
Yes, and we don't do anything for snakes, but just being out there, you still learn about it.
Yeah.
Like I had some people, we think we have mouse droppings. I learned how to identify bat droppings. I'm like, these are bat droppings, you need to call, you know, and then we would suggest a company. And I came back for another service. They're like, you're right, it was a bat. And then, you know, they were able to close the little area up. And
if you have mice droppings, it's not surprising that you have a snake.
Yes.
Because the snakes eat the mice.
Yep, they smell them out, and of course, you have mice, follows the predator.
That's great. So you're having a good time at Franklin.
Yes, I'm so happy. I've never loved a job as much as I do Franklin. I've never felt so welcomed at a company. I've never felt so like a family.
Are they looking for other people?
Yes.
Well, there you have it. Any of you out there who can imagine playing with pests and things like that, I'm sure Paige would be happy to talk with you.
Absolutely.
And tell you about her experience. So how would we reach you?
Well, you could reach us. You can always look up our number. It's 1-800-GOT-PESTS. And you can reach out to, you know, our customer care center, and they can always connect the individual to our office.
And connect them with you, maybe,
yes,
even if
absolutely.
you have questions.
Absolutely.
Good. Well, I hope you all, if you have, I don't hope you all have pests, but if you should, Franklin is a good place. And let me tell you from personal experience, Paige is a master.
And we are definitely looking to hire more women. It's not common that you see women in the pest control industry. Nationally, there's only 4%, but at Franklin, we have 23% of women.
And I love the advertising that I've seen with Franklin lately, because they're sort of posting about the women that work for them.
Yes, and it's amazing, and everybody's so supportive of each other. It's wonderful.
That's great. I'm so happy. So, Paige Brunker from Franklin Pest Control, and you too can take care of your pests. See you next time.